This deep dive is brought to you by AI Opportune.
Welcome, everyone. And yeah, AI Opportune really is like getting a front row pass to this whole AI revolution. They connect the big ideas with practical, hands-on innovation.
Right, they give you that strategic view you need to actually understand what's happening with this huge tech shift.
Exactly. And what I find really valuable is how they translate that high-level strategy into tools you can actually use, like right away.
Yeah, definitely. If you're a founder or maybe a creative or even just someone curious about building things, their insights are, well, essential. They've got detailed startup playbooks, these streamlined AI workflows.
And those proprietary strategies and stories, that's the stuff that gives you a real edge,
Yeah.
on the front lines.
Totally. So if you're looking for that weekly advantage in all things AI, you should probably subscribe to AI Opportune, like now.
Okay, so today our mission is pretty sharp, pretty focused. We're diving deep into sources that are mapping out the next era of IT.
Specifically, how AI, artificial intelligence, is transforming information technology and the services around it.
Yeah. We've spent, what, months looking at AI hitting media, marketing.
Right, all the creative stuff. But this feels different.
It is different. This is about the foundations, the structure of IT itself changing. AI isn't just like another feature they're adding.
No, it seems like it's fundamentally redefining how tech teams actually work, how
Yeah.
they scale up, and critically, how they stay secure as we head into 2026.
That's the core of it. We're looking at how IT leaders can shift gears, basically. Move from constantly putting out fires.
A reactive mode.
Exactly. To running operations that are, well, leaner, safer, and just fundamentally smarter. And the real competitive edge here, it isn't just buying AI tools.
It's mastering that blend, right? Machine speed with human know-how.
Precisely. Getting that combination right. AI speed plus human judgment. That's the new benchmark.
Okay, let's dig into that, starting with the basics. Why does IT need AI right now? I mean, IT's already super automated in many ways. So is it just that systems got too big? Or is there something fundamentally broken with the old way of managing things?
It's a bit of both, maybe.
Yeah.
But complexity is the main driver. Think about it. Traditional management, the kind based on rules humans set, static thresholds, it just can't keep up anymore
With the scale.
with the scale and the volatility.
Okay.
Today's digital ecosystems, I mean, picture a modern setup. Microservices running across multiple clouds.
Okay.
You're generating trillions of data points.
Right.
Log events, metrics, traces every single day. Trillions.
Right. No human team can possibly sift through all that manually. It's impossible.
Human brain, even with the best traditional tools, just gets swamped. So AI becomes the only practical way to keep IT fast, reliable, resilient,
And optimize.
and continuously optimized.
Yeah.
Especially in these hyper-complex multi-cloud worlds, it shifts IT from just, struggling to keep lights on.
To actually managing the whole service chain proactively.
Right. Shaping strategy instead of just reacting.
Okay, so let's break that down. What specific tasks are these AI tools actually taking over? The things that free up the human engineers. Give us some concrete examples from the sources.
Well, they usually start with the high volume, sort of lower value grunt work. And then they tackle the complexity humans can't even see.
Okay, like what?
First, managing those huge cloud workloads. AI can handle the dynamic provisioning, making sure resources scale up or down based on predicted load. That's huge for cost control.
Instead of just guessing or over-provisioning.
Exactly. Second, real-time threat detection. We'll get more into that, but basically finding malicious stuff hidden in just petabytes of network traffic.
Okay, and the third big area.
Automating routine incident response. And this isn't just like auto-closing a support ticket, it's auto-remediation.
Ah, so fixing the problem automatically.
Yeah. An AI system might spot, say, common configuration drift in a Kubernetes cluster. It identifies it, runs the script to fix it, logs the repair, often before any user even notices a glitch.
And that's the big win for leadership, isn't it? If you automate away, say, 80% of those routine fixes and tickets, you free up your expensive engineers. They can work on strategy, architecture, innovation, not just firefighting all day.
Precisely. It lets your engineers be architects,
Yeah.
not just perpetual first responders.
Okay, let's peel back another layer then. AIOps, artificial intelligence for IT operations. This seems to be the engine behind a lot of this.
It really is.
So how does AI actually shift traditional IT monitoring, which is often just a flood of alerts, into something truly proactive and, cost efficient?
It comes down to prediction and correlation.
Mm-hmm.
AI ops platforms, they ingest all that data we talked about, logs, metrics, traces,
Everything.
everything. And they use pretty sophisticated machine learning, mostly time series analysis, deep learning to figure out what normal looks like for your entire system. Hour by hour, day by day, they learn the baseline.
Okay, so instead of just waiting for like a CPU to hit 95% and trigger a static alert, the system spots tiny deviations from that normal pattern, things that look weird.
That's the core idea. You might see a tiny increase in latency on one specific microservice. And maybe that correlates with a weird spike in log errors from a database that seems totally unrelated.
A human would probably miss that connection or take ages to find it.
Exactly. Or they'd get flooded with alerts from both systems separately. The AIOps system sees the anomaly, correlates the signals automatically, figures out the likely root cause, and based on the data we saw, it often predicts and prevents an outage minutes, maybe even hours, before traditional monitoring would even fire off the first alert.
Wow, that sounds like a game changer for reliability. But what about the cost side? Beyond just avoiding downtime, how does it save money?
The optimization piece is massive, especially with cloud costs. These platforms don't just alert you, they actively manage the resources.
That's so.
Think predictive autoscaling. Instead of building your infrastructure for peak load, which means you're wasting tons of money most of the time,
Right, paying for idle capacity.
AIOps uses load prediction to right-size resources constantly, on the fly. It optimizes how containers are deployed, how serverless functions are allocated, all in real time. That just slashes wasteful spending.
Our sources mentioned some key players here. Dynatrace, Splunk, Datadog were named. Can you give us a sense of what makes their AI approaches stand out? Maybe a technical example.
Sure. Take that correlation piece. These platforms build what's called a topology map. They understand all the complex dependencies, how every app, every service, every bit of infrastructure connects.
Ah, so they see the whole picture.
Right. So when a problem pops up, their AI doesn't just look at the error message. It automatically traces the problem upstream and downstream through those dependencies.
Okay.
For example, Dynatrace's AI might figure out that a slow checkout process isn't actually the e-commerce app's fault. It might trace it back to an overloaded old inventory database that the app relies on.
And pinpoint the real source.
And even pinpoint the exact database query or line of code causing the bottleneck, all automatically. That level of auto-resolution and root cause analysis is what really cuts down the mean time to repair, the MTTR, slashes downtime.
Okay, let's pivot to another critical area. Security. This is where AI speed feels absolutely essential. Modern cyber attacks move incredibly fast, right?
Their sheen speed, especially things like 0 days or attacks using stolen credentials.
So how can AI possibly keep up when human security teams are already struggling?
Honestly, AI is pretty much the only way to effectively defend the modern attack surface. Traditional security tools, they mostly rely on signatures patterns of known threats.
Looking for things we already know are bad.
Exactly. But AI tackles the unknown by focusing on behavior.
Yeah.
AI-powered security tools like the ones from CrowdStrike, Darktrace, Sentinel alone that were cited, they scan billions of data points simultaneously.
Billions? What kind of data?
Network flows, user activity logs, file access patterns, process executions, just everything happening across the network and on endpoints.
And what are the AI algorithms actually looking for in that massive flood of data? What signals trouble?
They're hunting for subtle indicators of compromise, things a human analyst might easily miss or only spot way too late.
Like what specifically?
Things like lateral movement. That's when an attacker gets one foothold and starts moving sideways across the network, from server to server, or beaconing those quiet, regular calls out to an external command and control server. And really critically, unusual access patterns. Maybe a user account that normally works 9 to 5 suddenly starts accessing huge amounts of sensitive data at 3 a.m. That could signal stolen credentials or an insider threat.
So the AI isn't just waiting for a known virus signature. It's seeing that a pattern of behavior, even from a seemingly legitimate account, is anomalous and potentially malicious.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It catches threats often after the initial compromise, which is where traditional defenses often fail. And the AI doesn't just detect it, it can react instantly.
Oh.
Yeah. It can automatically isolate the compromised machine from the network, block the malicious process, essentially neutralize the threat before the attacker can steal data or deploy ransomware. It's automated defense, both at the edge and deep inside the network.
This all sounds incredibly powerful, almost essential now. And the data we looked at really seems to back up this shift, doesn't it? Let's talk numbers.
Yeah, the market validation is pretty stark. Gartner, for instance, they're projecting that by 2027, a massive 60% of IT infrastructure will rely on AIOps.
60%. That's not some niche trend. That's becoming the standard way to operate.
Absolutely. It's the near future operating model.
And it hits the bottom line directly, too, right? McKinsey found AI could cut overall IT operating costs by, what was it, up to 30%?
Up to 30%, yeah. That kind of efficiency gain, that's transformative for any business.
Which explains why CIOs are investing. Deloitte's 2026 report mentioned that 73% of CIOs are planning to boost their AI spending significantly this year.
It's becoming a clear mandate. They see AI as the key lever for cost reduction, yes, but also for operational stability and resilience.
And there's immediate practical payoff, too. We saw analysis from AI Opportune showing companies using AI-driven monitoring. They're seeing something like 40% faster incident resolution.
40% faster resolution and about 25% lower cloud costs on average.
Yeah.
These aren't small tweaks. It's a fundamental jump in performance.
So putting all this together, if AI is so good at handling complexity, cutting costs, defending networks, it begs the question, what can't it replace? What are the limits?
That's the crucial counterbalance, isn't it? We have to see AI as this incredibly powerful co-pilot, an amazing assistant, but it's definitely not the captain of the ship.
Right. It augments human skill. It doesn't eliminate the need for human control.
Exactly. The limits really come down to strategic oversight, ethics, and accountability.
Yeah.
Humans are still absolutely essential for, I'd say, three main things.
Okay, what are they?
First, setting the strategy and the rules, defining the policies, the governance frameworks the AI executes. But humans have to train it, tune it, and critically test the models constantly. Make sure they align with business goals and, importantly, regulations.
So humans define the what and the why and the guardrails. The AI handles the how. What about accountability?
That's the second pillar. If an automated system messes up, say, it optimizes costs so aggressively it causes a major outage during peak hours, who's responsible?
Can't blame the algorithm.
You can't. Humans have to retain that final decision-making authority, especially for major changes, and accept the ultimate responsibility for how the system performs. You just can't outsource accountability.
And the third area, you mentioned something often overlooked.
Yeah, the human touch. Collaboration, ingenuity, trust. Technology delivers the service, okay, but it's human relationships that build partnerships with clients, with other teams.
Makes sense.
And also, when you face a truly novel problem, something the AI has never seen before, like a completely new kind of attack or a weird multi-system failure, you need human creativity and ingenuity to figure out a brand new solution. The AI is great at known patterns, less so at true invention.
That paints a really clear picture of a hybrid future then, AI plus people. So for the smart leaders listening, thinking ahead, what are the concrete actions they need to be taking right now to capitalize on this?
Preparation is key. The strategic leaders, the ones ahead of the curve, they seem to be moving fast on three main fronts. First, they're seriously overhauling training and upskilling.
Not just hiring new AI people.
No, not primarily. They're training their existing engineers, their current IT teams, to work with these new AI tools, making sure their current talent stays relevant and effective. It's about evolving the team you have.
Right, maximizing the investment you've already made in your people. What's the second front?
Designing systems specifically for this hybrid model, building architectures where you use machine speed for detection, for rapid response, for optimization, but strategically inserting human judgment at critical control points, like needing human approval before a major automated configuration change goes live, finding that right balance.
And the third piece has to be governance, right?
Absolutely. Building robust, proactive governance frameworks. This isn't an afterthought. It's essential from the start, setting clear rules for how much autonomy the AI has.
Defining what it can do automatically versus what needs a human sign-off.
Exactly. Ensuring automation stays ethical, secure, transparent, and fully compliant with regulations.
And the payoff for getting this strategy right seems pretty clear. Leaner operations, much safer systems.
And crucially, your talented people are freed up from the repetitive grind to focus on the complex, innovative work that, frankly, no machine can replicate yet.
So the message is clear. Smart IT leaders aren't asking if they should adopt AI anymore. The question now is how to master it faster and better than the competition, because that competitive window feels like it's wide open right now.
It really boils down to a choice, doesn't it? You can either actively shape the future of your IT, define your strategy, adopt these tools thoughtfully, or you can just sort of stand by and watch AI reshape your infrastructure and maybe even your market position without you.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground how AI is fundamentally changing speed, cost, resilience across the entire IT landscape. Hopefully, this gives you that critical insight you need to really get ahead of the curve as we move towards 2026.
And look, if you need the practical tools, the deeper analysis to actually implement these strategies in your own organization, AI Opportune is an excellent resource for that. They're taking this information even further in their upcoming content.
That's right. They'll have deep dives coming up on things like the best AIOps tools specifically for modern IT teams, practical guides on AI and cybersecurity, looking at 2026 trends and actionable strategies you can use.
Also, a really important one, how to actually upskill your IT team for this AI future. And they'll be looking closely at the key AI cloud management platforms you should be watching.
So, for those practical guides, the proven tools, the real world insights that can help make you the expert your team relies on, make sure you follow and subscribe to AI Opportune. Do it today.